Okay, using this new mastery grading system is creating a little bit of an opportunity for me to go over some different things, different than we had done in the past. In the past, we would have done something like use a rubric to go along with things. I can actually show you that rubric. Let's see, I'll go here, and the rubric looks something like that when we're in here, and you got points and all that other stuff. And I'm just not going to do that this time because it's 50 points, and I want you to be able to master this stuff anyway, so we're going to go with this. The question is whether you can teach others, you can perform it without supervision, can you perform it with limited supervision, can you perform it with constant supervision, or can you not just do it even when somebody's trying to help you? All right, so we're going to make a floor plan. We're going to do some architecture stuff, and there's some things that we need to kind of cover in there. And we're going to go back. I'm going to go back to the rubric here. You'll see that completeness, walls and interiors, interior and exterior walls, windows, interior and exterior doors, major plumbing features, kitchen appliances, dimensions, a work triangle, and of course time management is part of this also. Time management is pretty simple. If I have to tell you to get to work and stay, all that other stuff, you're doing a poor job on it. So that means you're getting supervision. If I have to tell you more than once, it's constant supervision. And if you just can't do it even when I'm telling you to do it, then that's just a bad situation for us all. Okay, so we're going to get right back into this part here. All right, so we are going to talk about the interior and exterior walls. All right. The interior walls are supposed to be 4 inches thick, and I marked that here. So interior walls are 4 inches thick. Exterior walls, right here, exterior walls are 6 inches thick. So interior walls are all the walls that are inside of the building, and exterior walls are walls that touch the outside. All right. The other thing you need to add are doors. Doors are going to look like this, whether you're drawing on the drawing board or you're doing it in CAD. Doors will look like this, even if it's just one line and the arc there that tells you which way the door opens. You need to have at least a 2-inch piece of wall there, sticks out there to accommodate where the hinges go and where your door goes. It also allows the door to open just a little bit more so you can get things in and out of it. So you have to have at least 2 inches on those in those spots where those doors are at, right? So 2 inches on each side of it to keep things centered. So that's how doors work. Windows, we're going to do single hung windows there, and they're just going to be a line like that. So let me find one that's by itself. So that's kind of what it'll look like there. And we'll do that we'll draw them this way, whether we do them on the board or in CAD. All right. And you need to make sure all your windows are in place. You have to have at least one window in every bedroom, or it can't be considered a bedroom, because you have to have a way to escape a house. If there's an emergency like a fire or something like that. Your front door always needs to be, or the main entrance always needs to be at the bottom of your page. And this is the front door going into this building, so that's where that's at. You should also have at least one other exterior door to get out of the house once again for the issues of a fire. All right, so the next thing we're going to need was major plumbing fixtures, and your major plumbing fixtures are things like a tub and a toilet and a bathroom sink and a sink in your kitchen. So you need to have those things in place. Your kitchen appliances also, so usually you would do just the ones that are big, you can't move around. So you would put something in here like a stove, a refrigerator, and you definitely want to have your sink. You might also put other things in. If you had a laundry room, you might put in a washer and dryer to show that this house, the washer and dryer are probably in the basement. So then when we get into dimensioning is different. You have to use these architectural ticks. We're not going to use arrows like we did before. We use these architectural ticks to do this, and in this case, you can overdimension like crazy. The way they do things here. In mechanical engineering, we don't overdimension, but in this case, in architects do it all the time, because when they're working on one specific room, they want to make sure all those dimensions are there. So it would be possible to go in and put a dimension in the middle of this room if I felt like I needed to. I don't think I do. Room labels, you have to have room labels in here. Every room needs to be labeled, and it needs to be labeled so it's easy to see. When you're drawing on the board, you use single stroke Gothic lettering. It's all caps, single stroke Gothic lettering, and they need to be straight, and it needs to be neat. If you have to be told to fix it, you're not mastering the skill. All right. The other thing we have to have here is a work triangle. A work triangle works like this. you draw a line that goes from the center of each of these three major appliances, your refrigerator, your sink, and your stove. You draw that triangle there. That is your work triangle. Now, you have to calculate what the area of that is, right, and post it down in here. And the area of this work triangle is 13.06 square feet. To do that, you would just calculate what the area is of a triangle, and this is how you do it. So you do 1/2 base times height to get the area of the triangle. So you draw the triangle in there, do the measuring, and then calculate it from there. All right, so that's kind of that. Then once you get those things done, your drawing is complete, and you should be done with that. So those are the things you do. You kind of almost do them in that order. But we can go over more of that individually when you're drawing them on the board, and you can follow along on the video for this part when we're ready to. All right. Good luck, everybody.